The C-Class for the longest time has been a window into the world of Mercedes-Benz. First launched in 1982, there have been 5 generations of the C-Class, and this car right here is the all-new 6th generation 2022 model. It's all set to make its India debut, and Mercedes is promising great looks, something that perhaps you can already make out from the face, great drive capabilities with its petrol as well as diesel option, more space and comfort, and yes, a whole lot of tech on the inside. Now, these are all the promises that in today's episode on HT Auto, we're putting to the test. I'm your host, Shubhadeep Chakravarti. This is the HT Auto first drive review of the latest Mercedes-Benz C-Class. The 2022 C-Class is available in 3 variants. There is the C200, and because Mercedes is persisting with diesel unlike some of its rivals, there's also the C220d and the C300d. Our review focuses on the absolute top of the line 300d with AMG line styling. The front grille gets a star-like treatment all around the typically imposing Mercedes logo. The LED units on either side are similar in design all across variants, but on the 300d, the illumination adjusts consistently to provide the best visibility possible. On the side, the 18-inch 5-spoke AMG alloys are extremely catchy and larger, of course, than the 17-inch on the other 2 variants. The rear, the look and feel is mostly the similar, with artistic LED taillight units and a comparatively high rear bumper, comparative of course to the otherwise low-slung profile of the C-Class. Ground clearance has been increased by 7 mm on the latest model, but you still sit quite low in the car, which brings us to the cabin. And if gadgets and gizmos thrill you, get ready to be thrilled max. The 11.9-inch main touchscreen display obviously is the crown, and perhaps is also why the C is called the Baby S. While the touchscreen offers a boatload of features and supports individual profiles through fingerprint and voice commands, it is the significant update to the dashboard and upholstery that brings this car closer to its eldest sibling, the S-Class. In fact, the C is now the only car after S and Maybach to get the MBUX NTG7, which allows biometric authentication, natural voice recognition, wireless phone integration, enhanced map with 3D view, and over-the-air updates. Where the C-Class still lags though is space. Mercedes is underlining comfort, but for all the evident focus on tech and quality materials, it still isn't a roomy sedan at all. The rear seats are supremely comfortable, but even though the legroom has gone up by 21 mm, taller passengers will feel hemmed in. The hump on the floor and the center console jutting back means I won't advise an adult in the middle at all. But the C-Class is meant more for being driven, and in that sense, it is fantastic. The scenic roads around Mussoorie, Dhanalti and Kanatal do full justice to the powerful 2-litre 4-cylinder engine that produces 265 HP and offers 550 Nm of torque. There is also a 48-volt hybrid system for a slightly enhanced fuel efficiency, but we soon forgot all about mileage on the twisty roads here. The precision of the steering is phenomenally good, and throwing the C-Class around the bends was just too tempting. While we of course couldn't race the Merc full throttle considering the terrain, the 9-speed gearbox performs on well-established lines to provide the thrust when needed. And while there are 3 drive modes, we stuck to comfort for most parts. On the flip side though, the ground clearance of the AMG line-based 300d is quite terrible, and on some of the patchwork roads here, the underbelly of the car scraped over adulations. And yes, it was mighty painful to even us. What it does is make you more conscious and cautious, and may potentially take away the fun of driving an otherwise massively sporty car. The latest C-Class is definitely a very sporty package from the outside, and the feature list on the inside is impressive, to say the least. It drives great as well, but my only concern is the space on the rear seats. Mercedes says that it's gone up, but well, it's still a cramped space for occupants. The C-Class renews its rivalry against the likes of the Audi A4 and the BMW 3 Series. Much would perhaps also depend on how well Mercedes prices this car. In this episode though, that's all the time we have. I hope you enjoyed the video as much as we love driving this car all around scenic Missouri. Till our next episode, do also check out the full written review of this car. In this episode though, that's all the time we have. This is me, Shubhadeep, signing out.